When I glance outside, I'll see a large group of happy folks. I was always disgusted with turkey. Bob Shout was one of them. Traveling, interacting with people, and engaging in various activities. I like eating all across the world and competing in eating challenges. Similar to how a swimmer's body is so used to being in the water that they probably can't envision drowning. Eating in front of others made me really timid. He's a little closed off. It's because I adore eating. My mother cried, "Do it for mama," toward the conclusion of the competition, and I recall almost throwing up. Everyone chuckled. Food, in my opinion, makes people happy and unites them. However, I invited a large group of my family along for my next contest, which I won. However, let me tell you this, I get around 4 hours of sleep the night before the tournament. Knowing that I'm going to shatter the person next to me is the best feeling in the world. It's not always possible for me to enjoy a typical supper at a restaurant. It is organic. All they wanted was for me to be attending school and not getting into any problems. I'll win hands down if I can dedicate a week to training for this competition. Beating the shit out of people, eating hot dogs, and seeing others smile is addictive. It seems so natural to shove stuff into my mouth. It's been an enjoyable journey. I like Italian cuisine, especially lasagna and spaghetti. I adore hot dogs. I'm compensated to eat, and sometimes I put forth just enough effort to succeed. But I don't need to eat throughout the day. I have a strong sense of competition. Diabetes is a concern because of my severe blood sugar highs and lows as well as my fluctuating weight. Military caregivers are more than worthy of our support since they are crucial to our veterans' healing. To be honest, I am so competitive that there are moments when I fail to see the struggles that other people face. However, I was tied for third. Things have sometimes caught in my throat, but you may just work it out. After all, I do feel like a complete waste, but what? Most folks get home from work feeling like trash. Beating someone who is arrogant is the best feeling in the world. Turkey annoyed me. He despises me. I put a lot of effort into finishing school. Unlike many others, such as sports stars and celebrities, they were certain of their career choice from an early age. I now know how to gnaw stuff down. Sometimes when I'm following a low-carb diet, I skip the buns. He did not eat. I believe my love of food motivates me to get out of bed, and I was feeling good. Oh my God, it appears like they are about to die. It tastes quite wonderful to win. Almost every weekend throughout the summer, I go on trips. I'll eat romaine lettuce with hot dogs, but my go-to food when I'm at a baseball game is a hot dog. This implies that my stomach will desire to break down the food more quickly when I do eat. It's one of the reasons I like hot dogs. I don't get frequent hunger pangs. It was very uncomfortable. Every now and again, I lose. The way I prepare for the 4th of July is not how I want to practice for every competition. I'll keep eating, and his body will shut down. I'm not allowed to divulge to you all of my eating habit secrets. Anyone may experience it, in my opinion, when they repeatedly train for something and suddenly ask themselves, what do I train for now? It's an odd existence traveling the globe to eat, but I adore it. Tidy and spotless. And as they descend, you can count them. I was 21. I ate more than just hot dogs. I try to have a very healthy meal after a competition. Making others happy was something I became hooked onto. However, when I glance out at the crowd during a tournament, I see that most people are grinning while other individuals are startled. I had no idea what I was doing at all. There might be a copycat out there. Peter King, I believe. I also continued to make appearances and participate in a few competitions here and there during the winter. Perhaps food is given more importance in America than it deserves. I may just get into a groove and never stop. I used to treat myself with whatever food my parents had in the fridge on the weekends, even though I was a 21-year-old college student who generally ate a very balanced diet during the week. He was divine. That is not feasible. I was a first-time lobster eater. As I become older, I've learned to make healthier eating choices. The living is not that horrible. I can also eat a lot more. After that competition, I knew I was cut out for it. I'm fortunate. I go days without eating solid food and consume very few calories before a competition. Therefore, I'm starving. My folks are something of a hippie. I always have a large supply of hot dogs made entirely of beef in our refrigerator, so it's uncommon for them to be missing. Thanksgiving usually falls around my birthday, and I was always required to eat turkey on my birthday. I'll ignore the weather and try to unwind. "Let's celebrate your birthday on Thanksgiving," was my mother's constant refrain. My other siblings were treated to special meals that they enjoyed. I'm aware that my breathing improves when I'm fitter. On the day of the competition, you must remain composed. I adore eating. Unless it was terrible food, I don't believe I have ever been tired of eating anything. I can eat more if my breathing becomes better. Building a fire station is followed by an eating competition. When I'm eating a lot, I dream the weirdest things. I've never been this close to barfing as it was. Make sure my whole body is cooperating as I chew, swallow, and breathe. I have my blood testing done every 4 months to make sure everything is functioning properly. I was collecting poop. At first, I found it difficult to take competitive eating seriously. I'm a foodie, so it should come as no surprise that when I overeat in general, much alone during competition, I often get stomach problems. It's not like I was raised with the intention of being a competitive eater. The other eaters in the competition considered him to be invincible. It's trippy and seems quite genuine. He seemed to be hurting. I've autographed arms of infants. The 2 guys who had beaten me didn't look good either. It isn't attractive. Although I already held the records for most hot dog downing and most Nathan's famous hot dog contest victories, it was still an amazing experience to be a part of an official Guinness World Records effort. The first time, I was terrible. I looked at the food's entry into your body and its digestion. Some individuals are competitive and like pushing their bodies, but they don't enjoy eating as much as I do. While bratwursts are quite difficult for the body to digest, seafood is among the foods that is easiest. Ricky Bobby style, I wanted to sign a baby's forehead. I don't mind losing since it demonstrates to me the abilities of the other eaters. I sometimes get food cravings. If you believe in the philosophy of eating what makes you happy, then everything in a baseball game is essentially health food. And my younger brother would say, hi. He was the one who really pleaded with me to enter my first competition. I go 6 weeks without eating anything substantial except hot dogs when I'm in training. The guy was Kobayashi. I believe my body was designed to consume 68 hot dogs. I can't get Kobayashi to speak. The choice to leave a regular work was not easy. I get lethargic. I've moved on from it, kind of. I firmly believe in the importance of honoring our country's soldiers and their caretakers, particularly on Independence Day.